In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Terareum. Now, Terareum is trying to become another centralized currency exchange, just like Binance, KuCoin, Kraken. That's their goal, right? Those are big dreams there. We're going to dig into it and we're going to see what they're doing now, what they've done, and where they're going. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Sean. I'm the Crypto Smith. Welcome back to the channel. If you wouldn't mind doing me a solid here, give me a like and a subscribe if you want to see more content. I really appreciate it. It helps grow my channel and get my content out to more viewers. So Terareum is looking to develop the Tera Exchange. Big shoes they're trying to fill. It's going to be very difficult to build an exchange that's going to compete against the top exchanges out there. Now, they're not saying that they're going to be the #1 exchange in the world. They're just trying to put out a centralized exchange of their own. It's going to have NFT, a marketplace, and then in 2023, they're looking to develop their own blockchain as well. Let's dive right into the white paper. So they want to be a centralized currency exchange. They're going to have their own app, of course, which makes sense. The app looks clean. I know they're currently working on this. They've shown some screenshots of some of the stuff they're working on in their Twitter feed. So you're going to be able to store, sell, buy, lend, stake, and trade. Just like really any major centralized exchange. Here again is their app, right? Which it looks clean. If it comes out like this, I really like it. Now I know there are other projects out there that are trying to do similar things, which basically developing their own decentralized exchange and app and NFT marketplace and blockchain. You know, they all kind of say the same thing. Not many of them are going to make it, right? I'm sure that I have no idea how monumentally difficult it is to develop all of this stuff, right? They've got to have the funds to do it. They've got to have the time to do it. The market has to be there. They have to have interest in it. And the team needs to be cohesive, understand what's going on out in the marketplace, and understand what they're doing and hire the correct people behind the scenes to get it done. That is the difficult task. A lot of projects end up going by the wayside or falling down to zero because they just couldn't put all of those pieces together, right? That's going to be tough. They're also going to have a Terareum card. Here's the Terareum NFT Exchange, which like a lot of other platforms, they want to have their own exchange for NFTs, which is cool, right? You gotta serve all of the customers that you possibly can. Now, the team here, obviously fully doxed. They're 3 doctors, 1 former pilot. Dr. Praveen here seems to be the most outgoing, even though John, I believe that's John Milton. He's the CEO. Dr. Praveen has ties to Saitama, has old ties to Saitama. He was a whale in Saitama, millions and millions of dollars worth, and he rode that thing from the beginning all the way up and all the way down and didn't sell until the very end, where he needed to pull his money out in order to put into Terareum and continue that work going forward. He lost a ton of money by not selling at the top. I commend this guy for sticking it out and being a solid community member for Saitama for so long. Of course, when he finally did sell, he got a lot of flack from the Saitama community because, well, that's what they do. Anyway, so that's the story with Dr. Praveen. Seems like all these guys are super solid. Obviously very intelligent, and hopefully they can use this knowledge and their experience to put the proper team behind them. I don't see any of these guys obviously are not developers or programmers. So they're going to bring the money and they're going to bring some of the leadership experience, and these guys are used to dealing with details. And that's going to be one key thing. At the very beginning of this in February, when they started, they came out with a bang. They really were going places quickly, right? You can see they launched here in February, and you know, a nice easy grind up, right? I mean, was a great chart at the time. A little bit of a dip here, and then just a meteoric rise right here. Lots of hype coming in, lots of big influencers covering them, and then they had some big sells here, brought them back down. They worked their way back up, but here is where the issue took place. And in my opinion, the one issue that they've had so far, and unfortunately, it only takes one issue to really tear you down, kind of bring you back to the planet. There was supposed to be a Binance.us listing. So this spike here is when the community heard about the listing. Obviously, people are thinking, I'm sure some people thought it was just Binance, and some people knew it was Binance US, but still a major exchange to get on. So everybody was happy. Hype was big. Like a day later or 2 days later, we found out that the Binance exchange either was a scam or they just pulled the listing after the fees were paid by Dr. Praveen. So the story, there's two possible stories. I'm not really sure which one is true. It's hard to tell. One of them is it was just a scam and they got scammed by a fake Binance.us account and they sent money to them and they rode off into the sunset. Thanks for the cheese. The other one, which I think is more likely, they were working with Binance.us. And of course, like all of these exchanges, there is an NDA there where they can't tell the community or anybody what's happening before the exchange does. The exchange wants to put the information out there first and be the first one to notify everybody that, hey, we have a new listing. It's going to be Terareum, and go forward with that. And then the Terareum team can turn around and release that information afterwards, right? That's usually the standard protocol for these exchanges. And so there was a bit of a delay. The team stated that they were supposed to be, the team stated the information was supposed to be put out there at a certain date, and it wasn't, and it was past that date. So they went ahead and notified the community that, hey, they're getting listed on Binance.us. And subsequently, the exchange pulled the listing after the fees were paid, which I believe was $180,000, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's quite a bit of money just to lose. So I don't know if there's a lawsuit going on there that was mentioned at one of their AMAs. But anyway, so that happened, and which of course you can understand absolutely tanked the price. People were upset. There was no listing. They're thinking, well, it was just a scam, or the team just put out this information just to pump the price, which doesn't make any sense, because a team as detailed as this team is, and as smart as I'm assuming they are, they would know that once everybody found out that information was not accurate, the price would immediately tank. That's what happens in this space, right? Everything moves up and down so quickly, and everybody is so emotional about their investment. The slightest little thing causes people to panic sell. And that's what happened. And it dropped, and you can see it's quite a substantial drop. You know, they were able to get some back. And then this is that time, but I warn about, this is what happens when you don't have any catalyst after that initial pump. And the coin comes out, the token comes out, the project's out there for everybody to see, lots of hype behind it, and then crickets, right? Then you have crickets for weeks or months. There are no catalysts. There's maybe a small exchange listing here or there, but nothing is released. There's nothing ready to go. There's no app. There's no exchange. So the price dies off. And I mean, that happens in every token. Every single token does the same thing. And I think this is what they do wrong. Now, if you needed the money initially to program your exchange and get everything dialed in and build the app and all that stuff, I understand. But you have to know going into it that if you don't have something right behind the hype of the launch, this token price slowly dies out, right? And that's kind of where we're at right here. And it's sad to see. And to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. If you've been in the crypto market for a long time, or even a little bit of time, or you're a developer looking to come out with a project, you would think that you would do some research on the price action of these projects, right? What happens to the price? Now, and obviously, the longer the price is suppressed here, the less people are interested, and more people tend to move on. You know, thanks, we're out. You guys haven't done anything yet. It's been a long time. So we've had, a bit of upward price movement in the last couple of days. So, I mean, nothing really to shake a stick at, but there we are. So right now, it looks like next month, they're going to be having a platinum sponsorship for a Crypto Asia Expo in Singapore, which is pretty cool. I mean, they're still putting their stuff out there. They have to market. They've got to keep themselves relevant. Also recently, they built a brick and mortar headquarters in India. So they actually have an office you can go to, and they've registered with the government there as a real business. So they've got 10,000 holders. They've got 14,000 followers on Twitter. So not a huge community yet. I really believe this is an undervalued project because they're doxxed, because of who they are as people. They're professionals. They're used to doing big things, I'm sure, in their in their business life. I think they can pull it together. I think they're going to be able to come out with this, right? I mean, there's nothing money can't fix. So they keep throwing money at this, and they have the proper programmers and coders out there. They're going to be able to get this done. I really like this project. I am going to be a holder. I am still kind of waiting for the dust to settle on the market. If you like this, check out their website. It's just Terareum.com. Go to their white paper, review everything, do some research, see if this isn't something you want to get into. This is a long-term hold, right? They're coming out with big things in the future. This is holding for a year or two and watching your money slowly grow, hopefully. But do your own research. See if this is something you like. I appreciate you watching this video. You all have a great day.